Last class we have already discussed the very basic things of pharmacology. That was the systems we have discussed, means structural complexity. So from where we have seen it is coming from an atom and ultimately by molecules, cells, tissue and different systems. Ultimately all systems are getting together and it is forming our body, a major system. That is our body. So now what all 11 systems are there? As per your syllabus, I am going to teach you one of the most important system in our body, that is cardiovascular system. So pharmacology means whatever the drugs related to cardiovascular system we are going to study in this semester. But prior to that, today once again there will be a brush up on your cardiovascular system. Because if we are having any confusion on cardiovascular system, how we can understand what will be the drug will be applied on this particular system, what will be the mechanism of action. So prior to that we should start with our heart. Prime. Number one, heart already it is well known to you. You have studied. I think heart is there in your brain also. So we will just make a brush up. Remember that I will tell you some important points that will be enough for brush up our heart. Our heart is divided into 4 chambers. 2 are their ventricle and 2 are their atrium. So 2 are their atrium and 2 are their ventricles. So atrium means it's a singular number. So one atrium, this is the second atrium, this is one ventricle, this is the second ventricle. So if we are going to consider this will be taken as our, what is this? Our left atrium. Oppositely this will come as right atrium. The left atrium is related with the chamber that is called as left ventricle, and right atrium is related with the chamber that is called as right ventricle. So right atrium, right ventricle, they are joined together. Left atrium, left ventricle, they also join together. But remember that they are different chambers. How they are joined together? They are joined together by the valves, means by the opening where valve is there. In both of the opening, valves are there. So this particular valve, this is called as left side, whatever valve we are having, that is called as mitral valve. Okay. So in another sense we can tell this one is the bicuspid valve also. So we can tell this is the bicuspid valve. And opposite direction, if we are going for the right section, this is our tricuspid valve. Tricuspid valve. Remember that bicuspid valve is nothing other than your mitral valve. So bicuspid valve and tricuspid valve both are, what is this? Atrium and ventricle connecting valve. So they are called as atrioventricular valves. Okay, so these bicuspid valves and tricuspid valves, they are called as atrioventricular valves. Remember that these two are the important valves we are having, which is separating our two different chambers, that is atrium and ventricle. If these two valves are not there, then they will not be separated as different chamber. They will be connected as a same. It should not happen because they are having the different function. They have to separate it out. That's why these valves are there. Clear? Now we are going for right atrium. What we are going to find out? Here, right side means all carbon dioxide added blood is here. Don't think that all the bloods are carbon dioxide added, means only carbon dioxide is added. No, here also oxygen is there. But the concentration of carbon dioxide is more in this side, whatever the blood is circulating. So we are going to find out right atrium. It is having 2 openings. This is the first opening, this is the second opening. This first opening, this is called as superior vena cava. This down opening, that is called as inferior vena cava. So this is superior vena cava and this is inferior vena cava. So these two are responsible for bringing the deoxygenated blood from your body to the heart. So the direction is like this. Now I will only discuss about right side. What I told, whatever the deoxygenated blood is there in our body, that particular deoxygenated blood from system, means from our body, it will come by two of the pathway to our heart, that is the superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. It will bring the deoxygenated blood and this particular deoxygenated blood will get accumulated in right atrium. When this right atrium will get filled, this particular tricuspid valve will get open and the blood will fall down to the right ventricle, this particular chamber. So once this will happen, this right ventricle also will get filled up. So this has to pass out that pressure. The blood has to go out from right ventricle. So here there the pipeline which is going outside, this particular pipeline, that is called as, what is this? Pulmonary artery. What it is called as? Pulmonary artery. So by this pulmonary artery, the deoxygenated blood, what it has came from the body in the right atrium, from that right atrium it has gone to the right ventricle. From right ventricle it will take the pathway of pulmonary artery, and basically this is also called as pulmonary trunk. So after getting there, this pulmonary artery will get divided into two portions. One is left and another one is right. So both the arteries are carrying deoxygenated blood to the lungs. We are having two lungs. So one it is left side and one it is right side. So this will carry the deoxygenated blood to the left side. This will carry the deoxygenated blood to the right side. Clear? So this is about our right side. Remember that right side of heart. This particular tricuspid valve, it is attached with some of the fibers, like some strong but thin fibers. They are called as chordae tendineae. These are called as chordae tendineae, which is attached with the some elongated portion of ventricular muscles. Papillary muscles, they are attached with the chordae tendineae. This chordae tendineae is attached with your valves. This chordae tendineae will help to open the valve in their direction. Got my point? It is like a door system. So when this will get contracted, this valve will get open only in this direction. Only in this direction. When this will open, the blood will fall down. It can't never get open in the opposite direction. Why this? Because if it can open to the opposite direction, there is an overflow or overflush of blood from the right ventricle to the right atrium. It is possible, but it never happen. For that purpose, these valves never get open to the opposite direction. It's only get open in the downward direction due to the attachment with chordae tendineae. This is about the right side. Keep it aside now. Now we are going for the left side. If we are going for the left side, see, find out here, this left atrium, it is the left side first chamber, and the second chamber we are having left ventricle. So left atrium, what it will happen? Here you are finding four openings are there. These also entrance. Remember that atrium is also having the entrance, means incoming pathway. Whether it may be a oxygenated blood or whether it may be a deoxygenated blood, but atrium will only receive, and it will send to the inner parts of the heart, means it will send that blood to the inside of the heart, means ventricle. It will send to the ventricle, but ventricle will receive from the atrium and it will send the blood to the outside of the heart. Got my point? Because here these openings are there. Ventricles will send the blood to this particular pathway. So left atrium, it is receiving the oxygenated blood from the pulmonary veins. These four are the pulmonary veins which is bringing the oxygenated blood directly from both of the lungs, right lungs and left lungs. So there are four opening, two are from right lungs and two are from left lungs, but this is bringing the oxygenated blood. This particular oxygenated blood, it will come and it will pour in the left atrium. So after this particular left atrium, what it will happen? There will be a huge pressure in the atrium. This atrium will open the door. What is this door? This is the bicuspid valve. So this particular bicuspid valve, when it will get open, when there is a contraction in the chordae tendineae. So here also chordae tendineae is there, which is attached to the papillary muscle. So this particular chordae tendineae will contract this, and this particular valve will get open also in downward direction. I told you. So when this will get open, the blood will flow and it will come to the ventricle. So when this will get accumulated in the ventricle, so there is also a huge pressure it will generate, because these valves only can open in this direction. So only the blood flow from the atrium to the ventricle is possible. From the ventricle to the atrium, opposite pressure is not possible. Opposite flow is not possible. So then it has to open another one valve which is present here in the connection of arch of aorta. This is called as aortic valve. Here this is called as aortic valve. These valves will get open, and when it will get open, from here forcefully the blood will ejaculated by arch of aorta. Why this is called as arch of aorta? Because it is having the structure like arch. So remember that this particular arch of aorta, it is the widest aorta we are having in our body. So this is in brief, we can tell, as well as anatomy, as well as physiology in very brief of our heart. Because this is not the physiology session that I should continue with that. The full heart we have to study. If we are going to study, you know that it's require many classes to continue. But in brief, we should know this is having four chambers, two atrium, two ventricle, right atrium, left atrium, right ventricle, left ventricle. So from the right superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, they are bringing the deoxygenated blood. They are pouring to the right atrium. So from right atrium, it is coming to the right ventricle. From right ventricle, it will go to the pulmonary artery. Okay, so this will carry the deoxygenated blood to your lungs. So oppositely, we have seen from here the oxygenated blood from the left lungs and from the right lungs, it will come by pulmonary vein and it will enter to the left atrium. So from left atrium, it will go to the left ventricle, and from left ventricle by arch of aorta, this oxygenated blood will go for your total body circulation. Remember that in this sense, we have to go inside of circulation. By finding this, we are having three types of circulation. What are these circulation? Number one, that is called as systemic circulation. Systemic circulation. Number two, that is called as your pulmonary circulation. Number three, that is called as coronary circulation. So three types of circulations are there. Number one, systemic circulation. Number two, pulmonary circulation. And number three, coronary circulation. So what is this systemic circulation? The circulation inside our system. Means inside our body. The whole, it is circulating the whole body. So what we are going to find out? I'll just give you the example. Just means I'll just show you the pathway. What it is happening? superior vena cava, inferior vena cava, they are bringing the deoxygenated blood to the right atrium. Okay, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, they are bringing the deoxygenated blood to the right atrium. And here you come, left ventricle is sending the oxygenated blood to the body. Is that clear? So right atrium plus left ventricle, these two circulation, what it is happening, the deoxygenated blood, it is coming in this portion by superior vena cava and inferior vena cava, and after that total circulation, the oxygenated blood, it is coming out from here by your arch of aorta. So this is our systemic circulation, nothing else. This is our systemic circulation. Now what is this pulmonary circulation? Pulmonary circulation means, just find out here, left atrium, what it is happening? The oxygenated blood, it is coming by pulmonary vein. The pulmonary veins are sending the oxygenated blood in the left atrium. So oppositely, we are going to find out the right ventricle, it is sending the deoxygenated blood by pulmonary artery to your, what is this, left lung and right lung. So we are writing here, what is this, left atrium, it is bringing the oxygenated blood by pulmonary veins from both of the lungs, plus right ventricle, it is sending the deoxygenated blood to, what is this, to your lungs by, once again, pulmonary artery. So this is your pulmonary circulation. So try to remember this, RA plus LV, this is systemic circulation. This is controlling the systemic circulation. RA plus LV, this is controlling the systemic circulation. LA plus RV, this is controlling the pulmonary circulation. Clear? Okay. Now systemic and pulmonary, it is very much means we have already understood. Now we are going for coronary circulation. What is this? The coronary circulation means from the heart to the heart. So what is the meaning of from the heart to the heart? When this arch of aorta, it is taking the oxygenated blood, definitely there are lots of dividation or capillaries it is generating from this particular arch of aorta. So these are carrying oxygenated blood to all over your body. But remember that this is also carrying the oxygenated blood to your heart circulation also. Heart, what is the meaning of heart circulation? Heart circulation means the heart is made up with the muscle. Okay, so what is this muscle? Now this muscle, it is having, this is called as heart muscle. If we are going to find out this muscle, this is having three layers. Outermost layer, that is called as pericardium. Outermost layer, that is called as pericardium, which give the heart as protection. Next layer, this is the widest layer, we are having myocardium, which is responsible for produce the contraction. And the innermost layer we are having in the heart, that is called as endocardium, which give the smooth layer inside of the smooth wall. So what are three muscle layer we found? Outermost, that is called as pericardium, middle one, that is called as myocardium, and the inner one, that is called as endocardium. So remember that whatever your heart is pumping, that is a contraction. This contraction is going to produce or going to follow by the muscle that is called as myocardium. So when this myocardium will produce this contraction, definitely who is working, he will get exaggerated or tired. So myocardium is working more, that's why myocardium will get exhausted. So whenever this will get exhausted, it's require more quantity of oxygen supply, along with that more quantity of nutrition supply. So it has to be supplied. How come this will be supplied? By this particular pathway. the arch of aorta is carrying the oxygenated blood. From these, the oxygenated blood will get supply and it will come and it will give the supply to the heart muscle. How come it will give the supply to the heart muscle? Because whenever this will come, this will produce the coronary arteries. These coronary arteries will be divided into three divisions. Okay, a left descending coronary artery, right descending coronary artery, left circumflex coronary artery. So three major coronary arteries are there. One is a left descending, descending means which is going down. Another one is right descending, means once again right side which is going down. So left descending, it will go like this. Right descending, once again it will go like this. And the left circumflex means it will go and it will cover up the major portion of your left ventricle. Now you will tell me what is the use of this particular more supply, more oxygen supply to the left side, because left side is controlling the major parts. It is sending the oxygenated blood to all over your body, and that's too in the opposite to the gravity. Heart is the organ which is kept inside our body upside down. This is the base portion and this is the apex. All the other organs we are having, they are kept in what is this? The apex will be always in the upside and the base will be in the downside. But this is the organ which is kept just in opposite direction. That whenever this heart will go on contraction, so muscle means what I want to tell, myocardium will get exhausted. Myocardium needs more oxygen supply. So for this particular oxygen supply, coronary circulation is needed. So how many types of circulation we have discussed? One is systemic, another one is pulmonary. Systemic means inside the all body parts. Pulmonary means heart and the lungs. Coronary means heart and heart. So these three are the important circulation which is going to follow inside our heart. So now another question it will be generated in our mind. How come myocardium is producing that much of contraction that heart is continuously pumping? It will never stop. So this is due to the nodes present inside of our heart. So now you have to remember what are the nodes, which is a similar group of tissue which is present in the heart and controlling the activity. So you can tell nodes are the brain of the heart. So how come you can tell this? Because first node we are going to find out that is called as SA node. What is the meaning of SA node? Sinoatrium node. This node is responsible for generating the impulse. This node is responsible for generating the impulse. So now this SA node, when this will produce the impulse, what it will happen? This impulse will get generated by the SA node and it will get transmitted. In which portion it will get transmitted? It will get transmitted directly here. Here another node is present that is called as AV node, auriculoventricular node. So this is present in the junction of atrium and ventricle. That's why this is called as AV node. So this AV node, it will transmit the impulse to the Purkinje fiber which is designed over here, means which is present in the ventricle muscle. So it will get transmitted and ultimately it will produce the contraction in the ventricular muscle. Remember that what is this SA node? It generate the impulse, it transmit the impulse to the AV node, along with that it produce the contraction to the atrium. AV node, it receive the impulse from the SA node and it transmit the impulse to the Purkinje fiber. Along with that, this particular transmit the impulse to the basal portion of your ventricle also. So it will transmit the impulse to the basal portion of your ventricle also, means this portion. And Purkinje fiber will receive the impulse from the AV node and it will produce the contraction to the body and the apex of the ventricle. Remember that ventricle is having thickest muscle than atrium, because atrium is also pumping the blood, but that is towards the gravity. Much pressure is not needed, but ventricle is pumping, that is opposite to the gravity, so it's require more pressure. That too, right ventricle, it is having thinner muscle than the left ventricle. Left ventricle, it is having the widest or thickest muscle, because it's require high concentration of pressure at the time of systole. Now what is this systole? Systole means heart contraction. What is the meaning of diastole? Diastole means heart relaxation. So this is the things we should know. We should keep this particular material in our brain. Otherwise what it will happen? We cannot tell anything in very detail. আমরা যখন হার্টের পরে কোনো ড্রাগের অ্যাকশন দেখতে যাব, আমাদের সেটা অচেনা লাগবে, সেটা যেন না হয়। ফার্স্টে আমাদের দেখতে হবে হার্ট যেন আমাদের মাথার ভিতর একদম ঢুকে যায়। We should understand very neatly, very nicely. There is nothing, very simple. Only 4 chambers are there, and what we have seen the anatomy also, and we have seen the physiology also. From here this blood is coming to the this pathway and it is going outside. Right side is for deoxygenated blood, left side is for oxygenated blood. Whatever the pipelines, it is coming in the right side, attached to the right side, that is superior vena cava, inferior vena cava and pulmonary artery. And whatever the pipelines are attached to the left side, that is for pulmonary vein and arch of aorta. That's all. Okay, so what is the valve present in this particular area? This is bicuspid valve, left side. In the right side we are having tricuspid valve. So in the aorta junction we are having aortic valve, and this particular pulmonary artery we are having, what is this? Pulmonary valve. So these 4 important valves are there, and this whatever the pipelines are attached to that, this is very much clear. Now what is the relation, how this is circulating that blood, that is also very much clear to us. Now we are going to find out what is this. Means we saw whatever the circulations are there, we found out 3 types of circulations are there: systemic, pulmonary and coronary circulation is there. So all related diseases and all related treatments we are going to study about that in the very next classes. Okay, so these 3 all circulations are very very important. Along with that we found out that layer of muscles, it is having 3 layers. Outermost it is called as pericardium, middle one it is called as myocardium, and the inner one that is called as endocardium. So myocardium is responsible for your muscle contraction. So today I will not elongate this particular topic. There are few more things I am going to discuss in very next class. After that we will start with our particular pharmacology topic. But prior to that, please go through this topic very neatly. Each and every word is very much important to you, and whatever the corresponding practical class it will come, in that practical class I will ask first, there will be interactive session, and I will ask the question from this class. So if you have gone through this particular class in this particular period, then it will be very clear in practical. Today only we are going to take the practical in afternoon session. Now you have to go through this very neatly. I am not going to tell that you go very deeply, you go for lots of books you collect. Now in this situation this is not possible. Whatever we have discussed here, you just remember that this is enough for our starting of the syllabus of pharmacology. Please, if you have missed any portion, go back once again, you check, and we are going to take the interactive session from this portion. Means that will be related with this. If you have understood this, that will be very easy, very afternoon session whatever we are going to have. Very nice day, take care.